So, somebody recently asked me if I'd do a video explaining how to get the ultimate skills in Disgaea 5, and I thought, yeah, that's a really good idea. But it comes with a much bigger subject, because to obtain these skills you must reach deep inside yourself, enter the depths of each character's soul, and what you find there may look a lot like a Disgaea themed board game. Welcome to Character World. Okay, so the character world is one of like 7 billion systems in Disgaea 5. The idea is that much like there's a world inside every item, there's also a world inside every character. But instead of fighting through this world like in previous games, you play a board game instead. There are 4 difficulties to the character world, each increasing in level, and if you want to get the best rewards, you're going to want to enter the level 7999 plus stage. Whenever you enter the character world, the mana price will increase for the unit you chose next time you go in, and it caps out at about 100,000 mana. You can reset this price by reincarnating the character. So why is it so useful? Several reasons, and I'll explain a few of them. Killing enemies in the character world will give a small permanent increase to one of your stats. Kill a clone of your character, and you'll gain a bonus to all the aptitudes and all the stats. Landing on blue squares gives you a bonus, and this can also be stats and aptitude points, as well as a variety of random events. There are a bunch of rare and unusual abilities only available in Character World. Landing on blue tiles gives you a random chance to obtain one of these abilities. You may occasionally run into a wise Prinny, who will sell you a single scroll from his shop. And this is where you obtain the skill scrolls for the ultimate skills. The bad news is it's random when he appears. The good news is that once you've taught one of these skills to a character, you can clone it to another. But more on that later. Occasionally Ms. Evil will appear. She's a powerful foe, but defeating her will give you a dowsing rod item. When used, the dowsing rod will automatically trigger a hot springs event. This heals your character and increases all of their aptitudes, making it extremely useful. You can also run into the hot springs at random. Just as a side note, you can also pass a bill to make sure that Miss Evil definitely will appear on your next trip into the character world. Once you make it to the goal at the end of the board, you will be given a reward. There's a few of these, and some are more useful than others. But you can only choose one per run. You can increase a character's movement, their crit rate, their jump, their throw, or their counterattacks. All good things to have, but unless you're perfecting a character or you need something specific, there are some better choices. You can gain a new ability, selected from a list, and these are usually unique to the character world. There's some decent training ones as well as some bizarre ones. Sometimes these are worth picking up as they can be duplicated. Note that the selection to choose between changes each run. Speaking of duplication, you can choose to create a scroll out of an already learned ability. There are some restrictions of course, and you can only choose common abilities. But it is useful occasionally, and especially with the interesting ones you'll find in the character world. You can also duplicate a learned skill. Once again, this does have restrictions, but you can create a scroll of the ultimate skills, as I was mentioning before. This means you only have to find the Prinny once for each skill, and there's one skill for each weapon type. You can increase your weapon proficiency, and this can be useful if you want to quickly level up your mastery. One of the most useful rewards is the ability to increase the number of common ability slots on a character. You're going to want to do this a few times on the characters that you're using the most. There is a cap to this, of course. Finally, and perhaps most crucially for maxing stats, you can increase a single stat's aptitude by an extra 5%. Aptitude maxes out at 300%, and while you do get an increase whenever you reincarnate, going through the character world is a much quicker way to get there. And so there you have it. A quick rundown of the uses of the character world. There are a lot of random events and a lot to find out in here, but it's basically a great tool for shaping and improving your character. Getting that 300% aptitude in the offensive stat of your choice can be a massive increase to your damage. especially when paired with a rank 40 weapon. But more of that in my other guides, and indeed in guides to come. Thank you for watching, make sure to subscribe for more Disgaea and more other stuff too. Please check out my streams over at Twitch, the link's in the description. Goodbye friends, my name's Nate, and have a wonderful day.